Here's why you play Ixia, the Arclight Outlaw in the Gold Lane. First off, she has excellent sustain and kite potential thanks to her passive, which allows her to heal herself while slowing enemies with every enhanced attack. She also offers strong area damage with her ultimate, letting her shred through multiple enemies during team fights. Lastly, she provides solid crowd control through her second skill, allowing her to push back enemies and reposition herself safely in fights. However, Ixia has low mobility and relies on good positioning to stay effective. She is also very vulnerable to burst damage since she lacks any natural escape tools. Lastly, she requires good aim and timing to make full use of her skills, especially when trying to hit both beams of her first skill or manage her ultimate properly. Ixia's passive, Siphon Starlium, allows her basic attacks and skills to apply Starlium charge stacks to enemies. When an enemy has 2 stacks, her next basic attack becomes Siphon Starlium, dealing extra physical damage while healing Ixia based on the damage dealt. This enhanced attack also slows enemies' hit and can affect multiple targets in front of her. However, her normal basic attacks cannot trigger lifesteal. This passive gives Ixia a great sustain and allows her to stay longer in fights while keeping enemies slowed. Ixia's first skill, Dual Beam, fires 2 Starlium charge beams in a straight line along the ground, dealing physical damage to enemies' hit. If both beams hit the same target, the damage is doubled. When she hits an enemy hero, she gains a burst of movement speed for a short time. This skill is perfect for poking enemies from a distance and positioning herself better during team fights. Ixia's second skill, Star Helix, launches a canister of Starlium energy that pushes nearby enemies away, then pulls them toward the center line after a brief delay while dealing physical damage. This skill can both disrupt enemies and set up for follow-up attacks. It also gives Ixia some defensive control, allowing her to push away divers and reposition safely. Ixia's ultimate, Full Barrage, reassembles her weapon into multiple smaller cannons and enters barrage state for a few seconds. During this time, her basic attacks and skills cover a wide fan-shaped area in front of her. Her enhanced attacks can hit multiple enemies at once, and Siphon Starlium triggers alongside her normal attacks. This allows her to deal heavy sustained damage to grouped enemies while healing from her passive. A typical skill combo for Ixia is the first, choose a safe spot where you can maintain distance from enemies, activate Ixia's ultimate to enter barrage state, then continuously attack enemies within range. Use her second skill to keep enemies within your attack zone or disrupt their positioning, and finish with her first skill to deal burst damage to multiple enemies at once. Moving on to builds, I usually build Corrosion Scythe, Tough Boots, Sky Piercer, Sea Halberd, Malefic Gun, and finally Rose Gold Meteor. These are the emblems that go along with this build. As for battle spells, the best battle spells for Ixia in my opinion are Inspire or Flicker. Inspire boosts her attack speed and lifesteal, helping her maximize damage during her ultimate. Flicker, on the other hand, is useful for repositioning or escaping tight situations when enemies dive onto her. Ixia performs well against melee heroes or those with short ranges like Fredrin and Bane, as her skills let her kite them easily while staying safe. However, she struggles against high burst heroes such as Saber and Aemon, who can close the gap quickly and eliminate her before she can heal. She works best with heroes that can keep enemies grouped like Atlas and Vexana, who help her maximize the spread damage of her ultimate. You should unlock first skill at level 1 and prioritize maxing it first for better poke and damage. Upgrade the second skill next for stronger crowd control. Upgrade your ultimate whenever it's available to enhance your teamfight presence. Ixia is all about positioning and timing. Always fight from a safe distance where you can fully utilize your long range skills and passive healing. Before a fight, poke enemies using a first skill to weaken them while gaining movement speed to reposition. During team fights, activate your ultimate from behind your front line or near walls to avoid being flanked. And constantly use your basic attacks to apply Starlium charge stacks and trigger Siphon Starlium for sustain. Use your second skill both offensively to pull multiple enemies into your damage zone and defensively to push away assassins diving onto you. Keep in mind that your ultimate restricts your attack angle, so pick your spot carefully before activating it. With good timing, spacing, and awareness, Ixia can dominate team fights and outlast most marksmen through her sustain and area damage.